It's back. The long-awaited sequel to the Call of Duty franchise is back. Finally. Now, as you can see, I'm not overexcited or anything like that, and there's a reason for it. This shit sucks. But let's go back to the review. Well, the game is more like a mix between Modern Warfare and Black Ops, but in fact it's worse than both. It doesn't give you that kind of emotional impact any of the previously mentioned games did, and it's sad, because it's sort of interesting, and the story, the actual setting is very up to date and very realistic, has a very nowadays kind of feel. And unfortunately, you can clearly realize right off the bat it's just a copycat of Modern Warfare and Black Ops. More like a side product or a DLC or map pack or whatever. It feels terrible, and I'm just fucking sad. Though, I gotta tell you, I expected that, of course. I mean, what can you expect from games nowadays, anyway? I mean, seriously, especially from a from a franchise, that should have ended, years ago, like Call of Duty. But I guess that's how it goes nowadays, sadly. The graphics are amazing, though. They are probably the best ones so far from the Call of Duty franchise, but of course, it's something that everyone sort of expected, in my opinion. It's real cool, I love that. It's definitely amazing, but of course, it's nothing like the Battlefield's Frostbite engine, but it's still really cool. It really adds a really cool atmosphere to the whole game. It's I guess you can call it, the Call of Duty feel or something like that, and that's something that people expect from a Call of Duty game, you know what I mean? And that's probably why people always come back and play the same fucking game over and over again. The same fucking game over and over again with different storyline and maps. Yeah. I mean, how many Call of Duty games have been released so far? 10? Something like that. Not counting the spin-offs and the expansion packs, of course. What the fuck? I mean, it's just ridiculous, But people still buy it. Why? I don't know. But as long as they do, the developer is gonna make new games every fucking year or every 2 years or something like that. I don't know. Doesn't fucking matter. Anyway. The point is, there's a shitload of Call of Duty games out there, and most of them are basically the same fucking thing, with slightly different storyline, maps, and that's it. We'll still have flashback story missions, which are, they explain how the bad guy ended up being the bad guy. Yeah. We still have underwater missions, as usual. We still have in the air missions. We can control drones, which is cool. Of course, there's always something new to the game, and like here we have Riley, who's a dog. Real cool addition to the game, by the way. He's our fucking drone, actually. Oh, and I almost forgot, we're gonna go to the space. for the first time. It's nothing to be excited, by the way, but it's something that's definitely worth mention. Now the story. Well, it sucks. It's a fucking piece of shit, heavily cliched, something, I forget, what the hell was I gonna say? Well, it's something you've already played, and no, but anyway, the setting is, well, there are the bad guys, the so-called South American Federation or something like that, and who are, you know, they, at the beginning of the game, they hijack a space station called Odin, which is an orbital superweapon, and they use it to destroy a couple of cities at the southern part of the US. The astronauts who survived the actual attack, they're gonna sacrifice themselves to prevent the terrorists from further using the space station. Our heroes just barely survived the destruction of San Diego at that time. In 2023, the US is no longer recognized as a superpower. Well, Elias Walker is the leader of the Ghosts, who are the remaining guys from various remaining Spec Ops guys from the from various military factions from the US, and he's got two sons, David Hash Walker and Logan. Yeah, the player actually controls Logan. The main antagonist is called Rourke, who was once a ghost, but in an unfortunate mission Elias left him dead to save the others, and basically he wants to take revenge on the ghosts and destroy everything. Well, yeah. Actually, as you can see, it's nothing exceptional, it's definitely not groundbreaking, it's definitely you haven't seen or haven't played already. But I gotta admit, somehow I just fucking love it. Don't know why, and I admit I'm a Call of Duty fan, and probably will always be. I think it's much better than the story of the Battlefield 4 has, but of course I'm heavily biased. Unfortunately, we don't learn much about the political background, which in my opinion is sad, because it's really interesting, and it's more like, you know, the whole thing is actually more like a fight between Rourke and the ghosts, and that's it. But the bad guys besides Rourke speak Spanish. You know what I mean? They could have given us a better, little bit more about the background thing, because it's so empty. Oh, and the ending. Well, I don't have much to say, honestly. I didn't think they gonna make a sequel, by the way. But the ending, shit. I mean, how... I mean, how the hell did Rourke survive? I mean, he got blown up, he got shot, he got drowned, and yeah, yet he gains the upper hand with Logan. What the fuck? I mean, okay, you know. They copied Modern Warfare and Black Ops, giving us a heavily cliched, ultra predictable copycat storyline and gameplay. Okay, but the ending, man, I mean, They are basically forcing us to accept this piece of shit and play it again and probably again. I mean, I got a hunch they're gonna make it a trilogy. Please God, no, don't. But they probably will. I think what they did is kind of logical, you know, because if it was just if Ghost was just a one-part game, everyone would probably forget about it, you know, and just don't give a fuck after a year or something. And I think the developers realized they fucked up. They fucked this up, and they gotta do something. They had to do something to make us play the game and not forget about it. You know what I mean? And buy it over and over again. And that's why probably they're gonna make a fucking sequel. I don't mind it though, cause you know, I admit, you know, it always gives you basically 6-hour gameplay, you know, and that's it, you know, for the money. But it's always a damn good 6 hours. What's really interesting is it never gets boring. Even after you play it multiple times, it always feels new. It feels like, you know, watching your favorite movie over and over again. I guess though it probably has something to do with the gameplay length, because it's 6 hours. But anyway, I love it. I can't hate it, you know, even though it's success. Yeah, I would still play it over Battlefield anytime and would enjoy myself while doing it. I guess the developers accidentally found a working formula with Modern Warfare, and it doesn't matter how many times they're gonna copy themselves, it would still be amazing. Unfortunately, the price, for me, the price is a major issue here, because it's $60. I mean, the standard edition. The prestige edition, or what the fuck they call it, it costs $200. $200, man. That's 1/3 of my salary. Sorry. God. And my salary isn't that bad. Okay? Well, you know, these guys are fucking crazy. $200, man. 200. Oh my god. Well, let's move on, because I'm about to get angry and I just don't want to. Now for the final verdict. Well, that's a hard one. I would most likely give it a 5 out of 10, because it's just that, you know. It doesn't deserve more, but I just can't. Of course, because I just fucking love it, you know. I'm just gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It's a little bit, and just a tiny little bit better than average. And I guess I'm extremely generous here, but it's definitely not a terrible game, you know what I mean? But it's just that, it's nothing more. Unfortunately, I can't talk much about the multiplayer, because I have no interest in it. But people over there say it's awesome, but as long as they make a piece of shit single player campaign, they don't deserve more. So fuck them. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.